Hi everybody, Howard Oakes here with the Christian Network Groups and the Christian Business Referral Directory. Also, I want to let you know that we're doing a lot of videos with some special people that are part of the group, and we want to introduce them to you because we think they're the kind of people of good value and good character that you'd want to do business if you ever have a need. Today we're talking to a good friend of mine, and she's become even a better friend of mine, except you didn't pay for lunch today, but that's okay. She is Gahram Kang, and she is an attorney. And tell me, what kind of a attorney are you? What kind of law do you practice?
Basically general business and a little bit of estate planning too.
Okay, great. So do you work with other financial planners too, necessarily, or real estate people, or do they come to you with different questions or problems?
Yes. So a lot of times we have estate planning clients that get referred to us by financial planners. I think real estate agents, it's probably like back and forth. And yeah, but we work with business owners as well. So a lot of times financial advisors who know that their clients own businesses will send them to us for legal questions.
What's probably the most common question you get in the business owner realm? I mean, is that we're not protecting ourselves well enough as business owners? We're not thinking of things, maybe things outside the box that we should seriously consider because of the lawsuit craziness that's been going on in the country lately, or what?
I would say it's when they're growing and they want to, add an employee or add a new business partner or kind of like a new business relationship, that they want to know how to protect themselves so that, in case things go wrong, they are protected. And that's obviously where a good contract that's really solid can help them.
So do you help them, for example, go from maybe being a sole proprietor to an LLC or to an S corporation or things like that, so they can have that seal of protection?
Yes. So sometimes people make that decision when they first start the business, and other times, like you said, they might be a sole proprietor for several years, and then they finally feel ready to kind of become that type of entity. And then we would do a consultation meeting with them to make sure that they understand what are the pros and cons of each type of entity, why would they want to become one versus another one.
So you can help them evaluate what's really for their particular need. It could be a product-oriented business, could be a service-oriented business, and those might be two different types of corporations because they're different.
Yes, for sure.
What do you think is your biggest challenge when you're dealing with people? What have you found the most common thing that people you realize that they've forgotten to do X? What do they come with you with their biggest challenges? Is there something that stands out that's very, very normal that you have to deal with and fix for them so they don't get into hot water?
I would say one big one is that people sign contracts without reading them. And then later they're like, oh, I have all this paperwork, and then now, you
have no idea what it said.
Yeah, like what happened, and then they bring the contract to us and say, can you read it now and then tell us what our rights or obligations are? And yeah, so I think it's that there wasn't any planning ahead. It was just sort of like doing things in the moment.
Yeah. Well, like buying a car. How many people run their contract after buying a car? Nobody does that.
Right. Unless something goes wrong.
Yeah, unless something goes wrong. But at the time, you got that guy, you're in that little corner room, with a guy closer on top of you. Come on, sign. Yeah. And you have paperwork that's about a mile long. Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you think, God, I want that car. Yeah. Who's going to do that? And there's so many contracts that are 2, 3, 4 pages. Nobody reads it. How many people read the terms and conditions of anything?
Right.
It's very uncommon. So, I mean, I think we'd all go a little crazy if we had to go to an attorney every single time, especially if it's not a lot of money. If it's not thousands of dollars, that's one thing.
Right.
So that type of thing. Okay.
So we actually try to provide resources to our clients, and lately we've been doing a lot of newsletters and posting articles onto our website, and so we're trying to provide some guidelines there for how clients could actually. Our recent one is actually about how you can read your own contracts and then what to look out for, and some guidelines. So even before you come to an attorney, to make sure that you've done your part. And so we want to make your life easier too, and just kind of offer our support and help when it's necessary.
Okay. Now you're a Christian lady, and your father has been a pastor, right? In the past?
No, elder.
Oh, he's an elder.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. And I know you've traveled around the different parts of the world and the country, and as a Christian woman, as a Christian attorney, which is not an oxymoron. There are Christians who are attorneys. That's true. What is your personal challenge being a Christian and looking at the law when you know that, oh man, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I can handle that. Or how do you persuade yourself to say, this is the law, this is the way it must go, and does this ever come close to violating Christian principles for you?
I don't think in the areas of law that I practice necessarily there's any kind of conflict between what I believe as a Christian versus what I think is in the best interest of the client. Because again, for business owners and estate planning clients, we're trying to serve their needs, and so there are times obviously we're going to give them advice in accordance with the law, but mainly it's really to protect them. So I don't think there are any particular laws out there per se that's in conflict with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, definitely, for instance, in California, the employment laws are very strict, so you have to make sure that as an employer, there's all kinds of things you can't do.
You can't ask and say,
and
are you going to have a baby?
Yeah,
or
and
women?
things like
Or
that. So for sure, but I think generally helping clients to stay compliant with the law, it hasn't been like a moral conflict or anything like
okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
tough because
yeah.
I know just my first impression is that that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Because some laws in this country are ones we don't like.
Right.
And we just have to deal with it. That's just the way we have to do things. But okay, anyone wants to get a hold of you for any reason, do you have a website or an email or a phone number you can hand out to everybody?
Sure. So the best phone number would be 714-715-9937.
Say that again.
And 714-715-9937.
Okay.
And the first person that you'll interact with at our firm is our office administrator, and so she will answer questions, schedule meetings, and kind of make sure that your legal issue is the type that we can help you with.
And if it isn't, you always have a list of
we
people
always
you can
have, yes.
refer to, like maybe motorcycle insurance. I don't know.
Yes, we want to consider ourselves to be a resource. So even if we can't help with that particular area of law, we're going to help the client to identify what the real legal issue is,
Right.
and then we would know what type of attorney you actually need.
Excellent.
And so, and then we pretty much will have a list of 3 or 4 needs that we would want to.
Okay, excellent. Well, one of the things I liked about Graham too is that she came and she spoke at our end of life seminar back in when was that, April or May, I guess. And she spoke with several other people talking about the law and what kind of things you should consider, trusts and wills, things like that, other aspects of the law that you should keep in mind before you go to heaven. So we appreciate you being there for that. We know we had a lot of people ask her questions at that time. So she's a insightful young lady, and she's a wonderful person, and I just think she's one of those people that if you ever need an attorney just to talk to somebody, just to run something simple by even, let her know. Call that number again. Give me that number one more time.
714-715-9937.
Excellent. Give her a call if you have any kind of legal needs. If you forget, just give me a call. You know me at Howard at Christian Network Groups, or the newsletter, the Orange County Church Family Newsletter. You know how to get a hold of me that way. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you.